looking at the standings this morning, I was kind of joking about it. The Redskins have backed their way into first place by not playing with the Eagles losing. Where do you see the Redskins after 3 weeks? They've been up, but do you think that this defense, which is definitely improved, can hold up against some of these high-octane offenses which they'll be facing in the coming weeks, like New Orleans next?
Well, we're going to find out fast with New Orleans, especially in New Orleans. I know statistically they're not necessarily a better team, I'm told, away from home, but Breeze always was better at home. The defensive front playing the run is the 3 inside guys and the 2 outside linebackers. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They'll be pretty good against anybody. The inside linebackers are just average against the run, so that's a weakness for them. But other teams have that weakness and survive. I think it remains to be seen. I think the safeties are a liability, in all honesty, against the pass. I mean, Swearigan can play 25 yards deep like a lot of safeties do, and that kind of hides him. Nicholson is inconsistent as a tackler. He's inconsistent versus the pass. Norman is actually the 3rd best corner right now, so I'm waiting for people to go challenge him more. Mm-hmm. Fundamentals are kind of killing him on his press technique and being disciplined. He never was the most disciplined guy, but he's very competitive. He's just not doing a good job with his hands on press. Cobb gave a sudden direction. Cobb's a damn good receiver, see. And Cobb gave him trouble, but otherwise that he's been pretty good. And Dunbar's been solid. I mean, he's not been solid. I think that the secondary is going to be challenged for him. They're not rushes that you have to have against Breeze, so that's a pretty good matchup for him. But I think if this thing is, as long as the offensive line stays healthy and wins the game for them, which they did in the games 1 and 3, and that's why they won, they'll move the ball on people. I mean, they've got a good offense. So I think they'll be competitive there, and I think they'll be there in December.
All right, just want to clarify. Josh Norman, according to Charlie Casserly, and I'm not going to argue with you, Josh Norman right now is the 3rd best corner on the Redskins.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for people to find that out. Now, New Orleans is interesting because they're a short passing team. Mm-hmm. Now, that's saying that they do score points and move the ball. They don't throw the ball deep much. Breeze's arm isn't quite what it used to be, but he's dynamic short. So that kind of could play into the hands of playing zone and making you tackle after the catch. The problem is Kamara is a hard matchup for everybody in the passing game, not just the Redskins. And they got Ingram back, so that's going to give them the inside run and make Kamara even more dangerous. So, this is a game where you're going to have to score probably 30 to win. But the Redskins are capable of that if their offensive line can block it. New Orleans only has one pass rusher, Jordan, so this isn't a bad matchup. That's against Moses, and he's a bull rusher. He's not a speed guy. That works into Moses' strength.
Well, the Skins should just take a look at what the Browns did against the Saints, whatever that blueprint was, because they held them to like 270 total yards. So whatever they did in New Orleans a few weeks ago, it worked.
Well, they really played tight coverage against them and played good zone. Both of them, they didn't give up the big play, and the Redskins are capable of doing that. So, and again, Kamara had to play more. And it's diminishing return when he has to do that. Now, he had the big touchdown run yesterday because if he hits the seam, he's gone. But he'll be even tougher this time around. So, no, the Redskins are capable of winning. Mm-hmm. They really are. And I know people say, well, they lost Indy. Indy's not bad. Their defense is a lot better than people have given it credit for.